Hi, I'm Tom Hazard from Feed Your Brand and Podetize.com, and this is another one of our series of episodes on benchmarking the different microphones that are available and comparing the different microphones that are available for you to choose as a podcaster. Today, we're going to talk about the Rode Podcaster. It's the RODE company, and the microphone is called the Podcaster. And I'm going to do an unboxing here. This is what this first video is. And then we'll have another video where I actually, test it, and you can listen to a recording, compare it to other recordings, side-by-side recordings of microphones to hear the quality. So I'm going to first just open up the box. And okay, so we can see it's actually a nice quality box. It's got a paperboard insert here, and it's got the microphone and the USB cord. This is a USB only microphone. And oh my goodness, this thing is stinking heavy. I gotta tell you, this has got to be the heaviest microphone, especially USB microphone, that I've ever encountered. The casing of this, I mean, this is a serious casting. And it's got a microphone. It's got a microphone, or no, I'm sorry, a headphone jack, and then a dial for the volume, which is, I'm sure, for the feedback, listening to yourself through the mic. And you can also, I'm quite sure, I read about it before I got it, that you can use it. Also, you can plug your headphones and listen even when it's connected to your computer, so you can hear yourself and your guest if you're interviewing someone, like using a tool like Zoom or Squadcast. And then that's interesting that it's made in Australia. Probably part of the reason it's so expensive. This is one of the more expensive microphones that we have purchased to test at in the US on Amazon, $229. It's got a USB port for the cable. Let's take a look at the cable here. So actually, it's a very common USB cable that you would usually use for a printer, where it's got sort of that square end to the USB and then the normal end to plug into your computer. The other thing that's notable opening this up out of the box is that there is no actual stand for it. They've included only a mount for a boom mount. So it appears that you unscrew what is a big nut, a knurled nut you just turn with your hands, and then you're going to put the boom mount over this. I'm going to mount it to a boom I have here in a minute, and then, put this big nut back on here. And wow, I'm going to have to tighten the tension knobs on my boom significantly to hold the weight. I mean, really, I'm going to weigh this and figure out how heavy it is, but this has got to be, I mean, it's pounds, not ounces of weight. And one other thing, actually, to illustrate the weight of this, I want to show you right out of the box. This was shipped, I purchased on Amazon, and you can see that the paperboard packing material broke here, just under its own weight. So the packaging material, if you're the manufacturer ever watching this video, sort of a note to self, I don't know that your packaging is completely appropriate to how the weight of your product. So, all right. So I'm going to now go and mount this on my boom, and I'll show that to you in just a minute. So I'm going to remove my shock mount here for my microphone, and it's important to note that most microphones are of a size and shape you can install a shock mount on them, and I think it's a good idea, because if you bump it, it makes less noise, or if there's any other vibrations in the room, it makes less noise. But it's important to note that this Rode Podcaster, it won't work with a shock mount. So they do provide this little mount for a boom, which has a couple different, it has a standard thread size to mount here, but then it also has another piece in there, like an insert that comes out. So if you have a larger thread size, it'll work. And I'm gonna tighten this up. I'm also gonna tighten up my tension on my boom. I did weigh this, and it's more than 1.5 pounds of weight. And that we also compared weighing most other microphones are usually less than 0.5 pound. So this microphone is 3 times the weight of most USB microphones. So I would suggest this is one of the heaviest microphones. So I'm undoing their rather large nut, mounting it here, and putting it into the boom mount. Certainly these connections are well done. Whoa, I gotta tighten that a little more to hold the weight. All right, so now I've mounted it and I'm ready to hook up the USB cable here. This is only a USB microphone. It will not, it does not have an XLR connection. And there we go. Got that plugged in, and we're ready to plug it in to the computer and do some recording testing. So that'll be next. I'll say that at this point, for the unboxing and installation of this microphone, this video is complete. Definitely, I recommend you listen to the next video to actually hear the quality of audio recorded on the Rode Podcaster.